Hi everyone. We are the group 5 of BSLMS 1 section F, and we're going to be tackling about two of our caricature. But before tackling about our caricatures, I'm going to give you a brief summary and explanation of what political cartoon and caricature is. What is political cartoons and caricature? It is an art form which veered away from classical art by exaggerating human features, poking fun at its subjects. So, from my understanding, comical or exaggerated depiction of someone or something, highlighting distinctive features for humor. So, that's my understanding about caricature. And then cartoons became as effective tool of publicizing opinions through heavy use of symbolism, which is different from a verbose, written editorial and opinion pieces. So this is our first caricature. One of my group mates will explain to you what this caricature means.
So, good evening, everyone. So, the meaning of that caricature that we made is the Filipino language is becoming less common because people are using foreign languages like English more often in school, business, and media. English is the main language, so Filipino is not used as much. This makes it harder for people to speak and understand people well. Younger people might think it's more important to speak English because it's seen as cooler or more useful. As a result, Filipino culture and language might not be as strong and preserved for future generations since English is taking over as the main language in many parts of life.
So this is our second caricature, and he is also gonna explain what this caricature means.
So our second caricature is means a Filipino doctor may end up a security guard when he goes abroad. Filipino may experience a disparity in the optional status when moving and requirements across countries. For instance, while someone might be highly respected and established as a doctor in their hometown in the Philippines, their qualifications and experience might not be immediately recognized or valued in another country. This could be due to various factors such as differing standards of education, licensing requirements, language barriers, or simply a lack of opportunities in their fields or expertise. As a result, they may need to take on different roles, like working as a security guard, which may not align with their original profession or status back home. So that's all. Thank you.
So for more of our explanations, I'm gonna give the floor to our other group mates.
Salutations, my fellow BDCN. This is your host, the old-time, prime-time diva of BDC. So what is John Isalaysay, BMLS once, Junat. Let me take you to a wonderful journey on our creative perspective on our caricature. You will learn what is the true meaning of our caricature, and let us explain how. But first, before we dive in, let me introduce you to my fellow group members.
Oh, hi! My name is Thea May Fanta from BSLMS Section F.
Hello everybody, my name is Mac Andrew Talinas from BSLMS Section F.
And I am Kulin Rose P. Tudas, BSMLS 1 Section F.
Oh, and hi! My name is James Harbitan from BSMLS Section F.
In our caricature that shows a picture of a doctor becoming a police officer in a foreign country. On my understanding, knowing that some Filipino has a great status here in the Philippines, some are doctors, some are nurses, and others are engineers. But what if we want to go out to another country? And should we expect the same profession? Apparently not, because some other countries have standards. Unfortunately, their education is different compared to ours. Let's just say you're a doctor and already has a license here in the Philippines and you want to go to, let's say, Europe, knowing that the salary there is quite high and also their demands. But when you arrive, you are not qualified to be a doctor because you haven't met their standards. So, in the end, they're gonna employ you as a nurse or a police instead. But if you want to meet their standards, that means you have to study again in order for you to finally meet the standards and become a doctor.
This caricature addresses the problem of professionals such as doctors from the Philippines ending up in lower level jobs like security guards in other countries. One significant challenge is the recognition of their credentials in the new country, where different standards and requirements for medical practice often necessitate a time-consuming process of exams, additional training, or meeting local criteria. This hurdle may force individuals to seek alternative employment while navigating a complex path to credentialing. Additionally, language and cultural barriers pose significant obstacles as effective communication and cultural understanding are essential in medical practice.
Our caricature shows the Filipino doctor turning into a security guard when going abroad. Highlights the struggles and challenges that many Filipino professionals face when seeking employment outside of their home country. It serves as a reminder of the inequalities and barriers that exist in the global job market and the need for better professional opportunities and support for Filipino workers seeking employment overseas. Becoming a doctor is often seen as a prestigious and highly respectable profession. Many individuals work tirelessly for years to obtain their medical degree and become a licensed physician. However, despite their qualifications and expertise, some Filipino doctors still struggle to find stable and well-paying jobs in their home country. It carries a deeper message about the realities and hardship faced by Filipino professionals who are unable to practice their chosen profession abroad.
Tagalog, like many indigenous languages, is facing challenges due to the influence of foreign languages. One reason it's slowly fading is because of the widespread use and dominance of English in education, media, and technology. As more people prioritize learning English for better opportunities, there's less emphasis on preserving and passing down Tagalog to the future generations. And additionally, the allure of foreign cultures and the convenience of global communication in English can overshadow the importance of maintaining one's native languages. It's like a tug of war between the language of tradition and the language of progress, and unfortunately, Tagalog is often losing ground.
Our language is slowly being forgotten due to language from other country influences us, because to others, learning language makes them more prestigious and makes them some sort of a genius. In this generation, even parents teach their kids how to speak English instead of learning their native language. On my account, it's okay to teach children other language, but it's also important for them to teach their native language. Filipino as a language is slowly dying. It struggles to evolve under the new curriculum. It's an alarming note that even our dear educators adopted to the new syllabus negates the Filipino essence into the adulterated tongue. This trait traced the rooster in constitute. Some new generation can appreciate how leaders consciously yearning to the national language imperative for the nation.
The vanishing of our local language, Tagalog, is a very common occurrence and is a pressing issue nowadays, mostly due to foreign languages that we would normally come across in our daily lives. An example of this would be the English language. This is because of the mediums we consume every day, like YouTube or even the movies we watch. If you were a toddler growing up with this type of mediums, you would normally learn the English language. You might be wondering how this felt a bad thing. There are multiple things on why this is a bad thing for our future generation. One example is that future Filipinos might forget or not even learn their own mother tongue, because learning the English is very convenient due to it being the universal language. One article states that according to a very common scenario is the abandonment of a language due to economic pressure. Coming from a more dominant language is the area what we call a lingua franca. I can somewhat agree with that article. Why? Keep using the local language when everybody in your area is speaking English. It can lead to a loss of cultural identity or difficulty in a communication with older generations.
Hello and hi and yeah.
Oh, ready?
Our fin. Let's just go to the video. Our language is slowly being forgotten.
For greater recognition and support for Filipino warriors. Expertise, some Filipino doctors still struggle to find a well-paying job in their home country. It carries a deeper message about